Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Are negative Google reviews hurting your business? Don't let unfair feedback cost you customers. At Webamax, we specialize in removing false, misleading, and damaging reviews so your online reputation stays strong. Our expert team works quickly and legally to clean up your digital presence, helping you rebuild trust. Visit us on the web at www.gowebamax.com. That's GOWEBIMAX.com, or text us for a free quote at 856-840-8343. Don't let bad reviews define you. Get immediate help from Webamax.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
You know what's smart? Enjoying a fresh gourmet meal at home that you didn't have to cook. Meet Factor, your loophole in the laws of mealtime. Chef-crafted meals delivered with a tap, ready in just 2 minutes. You know what's even smarter? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Factor is dietitian approved, chef prepared, and you plated. Pretty smart, huh? Refresh your routine and eat smart with Factor. Learn more at factormeals.com.
Welcome to Post Game Podcast. I'm your host, June, and this is our Central Division Showdown edition this week. We got some people here we got a panel of people here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Before I get into that, I want to make sure that I remind you guys to subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube and follow us for your audio fix on all podcast aggregators. Those are platforms like YouTube Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Make sure that notification bell is on. You can follow us at Post Game Podcast FFSN. Make sure that you download those episodes. We're going to go around the room. I'm going to start off with Bleachers and Speakers on B. Foster, and we'll work our way around the room. Introduce yourself to the people, Foster.
B. Foster, one half of Bleachers to Speakers, one half of Post Game Podcast. How y'all doing?
What's up, B. Foster?
And we got the CEO in the building, Mr. Pay, and I'm sure you know that name is because he has a lot of money. I'm gonna let him introduce himself though, and talk about what team he represents.
I'm pulling up for the Chicago Sports Fan Channel / podcast, representing those mighty Chicago Bulls. Don't challenge me on the mighty part. We're just gonna roll with it today.
Mr. Lamar, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Lamar Thomas. Go Bucks, go Browns, and go Cavs.
That's what's up. Mr. Tate.
Joe, what's happening, man? Yeah, I'm Tate, man. I'm here from the That's Rather Cavalier podcast, FFSN. Check us out wherever you get your audio podcast if you want to hear about some true winning basketball.
Oh, my
Cleveland
God.
Cavaliers.
Oh, my gosh. And matter of fact, you guys are winning right now as we speak. You have a game.
BTA right now.
BTA. All right. I like that phrase, though. I like that phrase. Recently we just had a trade deadline, and I'm gonna go around the room and I'll start with you, Tate. I think you didn't need to do anything, but you made a very, very good trade right at the deadline. You want to talk about what the Cleveland Cavaliers did, and you can also elaborate how you feel about the trade.
Oh man, I personally love the trade. I think most Cavalier fans love the trade. We gave up George Niang and Karis LeVert, two integral parts of what we've done thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And some three second round picks and a couple pick swaps, which I don't even think even matter because I anticipate the Cavs being better than the Hawks over the next few years anyway. But yeah, that DeAndre Hunter's who we traded for the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", small forward, sturdy frame, 7'2" wingspan. He's that can shoot. Yeah, a true 3-and-D guy. He's that last piece that I feel like Cleveland was missing. You got 2 all-star guards. You got Evan Mobley, all-star. Jared Allen arguably could have been one. We know Giannis sitting out. They put Trae Young in it, maybe deservedly so. But if you fill Giannis' spot with another big man, you'd have went to Jared Allen. So could have been 4. But I think he brings that piece, that small forward we've been looking for really since LeBron, man. Since LeBron left, we haven't had a legitimate 3 small forward. And we've been running with Max Strus, 2 guard, Isaac Okoro, good defender, 2 guard. Some Dean Wade in there, probably more of a stretch 4, by play style, his archetype. But yeah, so I think we'll see how it fits. I think it can fit. He already is good friends and won a national championship with Ty Jerome, who's been a huge part of our bench, which made Karis LeVert expendable, is to play at Ty Jerome this year. So I'm a fan of the trade. I couldn't get the game tonight. I know they're winning, like you said already. It's on FanDuel. I don't get FanDuel, so I'm looking through my streaming app, and I couldn't see the game, so I'm just keeping up with it on my phone. But yeah, I think it's a great trade.
FanDuel has a sports channel?
Yes.
Okay.
With sports rights?
They took over Bally Sports.
They took over Bally. That's how we see our Tigers and Pistons game here.
Red Wings and all that.
And Red Wings.
I missed that development. I've been following the Bally Sports thing pretty close. I missed the development which they FanDuel bought those rights from them.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like a month ago, maybe.
Yeah,
it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Like 2 months, I think.
Yeah, probably 2 months.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah. Right now the score is 66-44 at half. Cleveland is clobbering Minnesota right now. So, Lamar, if you'd like to add anything to it, I know you're the Cleveland Cavalier representative as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man. I agree with everything Kevin just said about about our squad, man. I feel we definitely needed to make that move. I wanted him, all along, and I did think that what's his name, Ben Simmons, we was gonna get him too, but we didn't. But I love Hunter in there. I've been reluctant, man. Like to get my Cavs because we've been playing good pretty much all season long, and a lot of people got us making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'm one of the guys that I like to say that the regular season, you really have to pipe down a little bit, so to speak, because teams ramp it up. Everybody's been known in the NBA where teams ramp it up in the playoffs. So just because you play good in the regular season don't mean nothing. It mean a little bit, but it don't mean a whole lot, man. So I've been reluctant to give the Cavs a lot of credit, but with this move we just made, man, I feel good because, for one, I don't fear a lot of teams in the East, but I just didn't see us getting past Boston with the roster we got. And now with this move, I'm not going to say we're going to get past Boston, but now we really have a legitimate chance. If Hunter get in there and, do his part, I like him. I like our chances against Boston now. So, yeah, man, I'm excited about that move, man. And we're gonna see. I think we got another roster spot. Ain't that right, Kevin?
We do have one more roster spot that they got to fill because it's mandatory NBA. You got to have 14 people on your roster. Cleveland has 13. They traded away 2 and got 1 back. Just to piggyback off what Lamar said, we did. Look, check how this works. We did want Hunter. I wanted Hunter out the 2019 draft. Atlanta traded in front of us to number 4, took Hunter, who we were going to take, and man, we ended up with Darius Garland. Now we got Hunter too. How's that work?
Yeah, look at God.
I was gonna say you ain't lose with Darius Garland.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm saying
They
it
got
worked
both
out.
of them now.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and it has to say a lot about your organization to have such a winning record and to go out and make a trade like that midway through the season to make sure that the final destination is met, your goals are met. Because I think at one point you guys were 40-10, and to make a significant trade that makes you better says a lot about what the organization right now and what they believe in this, in your basketball team. So
Yeah,
kudos
you're right,
to you.
June. Shout out to Kobe Altman, the GM. He's made a lot of moves since I think he took over when David. I know he took over when David Griffin left, and that's about the same time LeBron left. Right after that end of that season, I believe, when they made the trade for when they got the kid Crawford, not Crawford, what's his name? Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson, and some other pieces they got for that championship run where they got whooped. But yeah, he's been doing a great job, man, acquiring talent, and the coaching staff. He's been getting them that's what he said about DeAndre Hunter. He wanted to give Coach Kenny Atkinson all the tools in his bag that he needs to make things work.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Hey, let's talk about the almighty Bulls. Any trades that Bulls made? I didn't pay attention to what Chicago did.
Man, we gotta go through trade talk again. Yeah, the Bulls pulled off one trade during the deadline. They sent Zach LaVine to Detroit. I'm sorry, not Detroit. They sent him to Sacramento. They sent him to Sacramento. Reunite with his backcourt bro, DeMar DeRozan. So that little what do you call it? Little 2/3 of a Ginyu force. They're going to do what they do for Sacramento, and they're going to lose a lot while getting buckets. But that's neither here nor there. I wish them both the best. As far as the Bulls, that's the only move they did as it relates to a trade. They did re-sign Lonzo Ball, which was confusing.
A little bit.
We thought he was going to be on a trade block, but they say no, we're going to spend the block with him for 2 more years. I think the second year is a team option, or an option in some regards. I don't know if it's team or player. That's about it. They didn't trade Vucci, man, which I thought was the second the Lakers got Mark Williams. I thought, the Vucci man's trade market all but evaporated up in thin air. So I don't necessarily care for the direction for this franchise, and I don't think they really even know what they're doing based on some of the comments coming from the president of basketball operations. He really just said in his press conference after the trade deadline, he came out there and said, we just see what happens. We could make the play in right now. We could make the play in, or we could be in the lottery. You never know. And the Bulls are still hanging on to that last spot in the play in because the 76ers don't want that spot for some reason. They just playing and they woohoo. So the Bulls there's something. They're either a rudderless ship or they are careening towards that place where you never want to be as a basketball fan, observer, or anything like that. And that place is the unwinnable abyss of make the playoffs, lose in the first round, don't get a high draft pick, and you just stay in that little purgatory where nothing's good for you.
It's winter, and you can now get almost anything you need for the coldest months of the year delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a ski slope delivered, but you can get dish soap delivered. Sunshine, that's a no. But a bottle of wine, that's a yes. A snow angel, sorry, no. But angel hair pasta, Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol and select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Wow, you make it you make it sound so bad there, Pay. B Foster.
Yep.
Detroit Pistons. What moves did they make? I mean, I know me and you talked about it, but for the sake of the show, we're on the trade subject. Let the people know.
So the first and foremost, the Pistons, as far as what we had in our possession to start, didn't have to give up anything. Utilizing the available cap space and mid-level exceptions, we were able to, at the end of the day, acquire Dennis Schroeder, Lindy Waters, both from the Golden State Warriors, as well as a future second-round pick from the Warriors. At one point, we had KJ Martin, and we also had Josh Richardson. But in the transition of players moving around, ultimately we give up a whole lot of nothing, and we now have a viable playmaker that can play alongside Cade, as well as on the second unit to run that part of it. And then the second round pick in 2031 means little to nothing. That was just kind of an add-in. But we also have Lenny Waters, who is a 6'6" guard who can play a little defense, and he shot pretty well from the outside last year. But I think he's an undrafted free agent that's mostly been a G League journeyman. So I'll be interested to see how he looks once he finally gets on the court. But most importantly, we got Dennis Schroeder.
And do you think that makes the Pistons better with that acquisition, and me and you talk about it. So, and we also talk. We were saying that trade deadline, we wanted another person that could handle the rock and that could create their own shots or make shots from the outside. And ultimately, we didn't have Dennis Schroeder in mind at all. We had other people.
Yeah, and that might have been because he had already been traded once. I mean, obviously, once the opportunity came for Jimmy Butler to go to Golden State, it was like, all right, man, you're on the move again. Sorry. But so far, so good as far as what he's shown us in limited time. He's just played one game. It was about 15 minutes. But yeah, I think that he's a veteran guy. He has strong ties to Malik Beasley. When he was playing in Atlanta at the beginning of his career, Malik Beasley was growing up. He was like a teenager and, living in Atlanta. So, they go way back, and you can never have enough veteran guys and, just guys that have the experience in the playoffs and have shown that they can do a number of different things, whether it's starting or, solidifying the second unit.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. I know we had different names in mind. We wanted Zach LaVine. We talked about CJ McCollum. We talked about a bunch of people before the trade deadline. People we had in mind. We did not mention Dennis Schroeder at all. Like, we never would have thought his name of all the people that we wanted. We talked about Bobby Ingram. We talked about a few other players, but didn't get a chance at those, but we wound up getting Dennis Schroeder, and I'm cool with that.
We also didn't think that we wouldn't have to give up any pieces. We played around with who we would be willing to part with in order to get those bigger names. So to think that we could obtain anybody for literally nothing besides salary filler. I think that Trajan Langdon did an exceptional job.
Yeah. Tate, how many games you got before the All-Star break? I know the Pistons have 2 left, and they're both against the Bulls. Don't have to ask you that, Pay, because, we just mentioned. I don't know. I don't think you have any more games after that, Pay, before the All-Star break. But we know we play you guys twice in Chicago. But who you got, Tate?
We're playing right now, Minnesota, obviously, today is Monday. On Wednesday, we play I do have to live our last game before the break. We play. I was just looking at it. It should be a winnable game.
Of course.
They're all winnable, right?
We play Toronto on
Toronto
on Wednesday.
Okay.
Very winnable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you this now. What is your current record?
For 42-10 on the way to 43-10.
That's the way
that's as current as we can get. And go ahead, June. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just going as far as you guys go, and I said in our chat, man, that I really like that trade. I don't think Schroeder was one of the expected trade pieces, so he wouldn't have been on your radar, right? I mean, you're looking for a true move you could make that's possible. I think that one kind of just fell in your lap, kind of like with the Cavs. Jared Allen just fell in our lap, and look what he means to the team. I think Schroeder can be a really, really good piece, 6th, 7th man, but the starter capable whenever you need him in the backcourt. Long arm defender, I think he can get a lot of steals, and he can shoot and he can drive and kick. So I like it a lot because as you guys mentioned, and I talked about 4 or 5 shows ago, I think K to be better if he can be off ball more. But as it is now, he's one of your true only playmakers. Now you get another guy that can handle and distribute and share it with him. Not that he's going to be a true point guard like a Chris Paul, but somebody else that can take on some of that responsibility.
Absolutely. There's 2 teams in the division. We didn't talk about any acquisitions that they made. I'm pretty sure Pay knows, though. We're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and Indiana Pacers. Did they make any moves by trade deadline? Does anybody want to volunteer and talk about what they did? Because they are in the division.
The Bucks sent off washed Chris. They sent him to DC. I don't know if he's been bought out yet. I haven't heard, but yeah, I've been saying it for about a year or so now that Chris Middleton's washed, and they'll be better off without him. Well, they ended up getting one of the worst players in the league for him, Kyle Kuzma. So I don't know how much better.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see though.
I like Kyle Kuzma.
I think Kuzma offers a more, at least flexibility from the defensive end. He can play 3 and 4. He can shoot. I mean, you go back to Laker Kuz. He's a factor on that championship team. I mean, he's playing in Washington. Well, when he's with the Lakers, but he playing in Washington with Jordan Crawford and a whole bunch of the mighty Wizards. I mean, it don't look as good. You get him with Dame and Giannis and the boy that beat up your boy for the Bulls. What's his name?
Bull.
He was on the Bulls and beat the kid up in practice.
Punch Bob Portis.
Yeah, Portis. Yeah, him. I like it for you getting more with Kuzma than you had with Middleton. I tell you that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You can keep Middleton healthy. And like you said, Kuzma got a whole defensive presence he bringing out here. I don't know, might change that identity up on that team defensively though, and that's just what they need. I think they sitting at like the 9th or 10th spot right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Doc or Glenn could actually make a run for it.
For the border, or what do you mean? That's a fine. I tell you, I know that's coming from you. But where's Glenn going?
No,
they just upgraded, and they
upgraded. We're calling Kuzma an upgrade.
The Bucks are 5.
Yes, I am.
The Bucks are 5 in the East.
Yeah, that's what I just saw. I didn't realize that.
And to Lamar, some context, they don't allow Doc to be called Doc no more. He's Glenn.
He's Glenn.
Not Glenn Rivers.
Right.
Wait. We did last week, and we talked about what. I had a lot of deer puns, and you weren't here for that, June. We talked about what Milwaukee's been up to lately. Are we talking about the same team that's making a run for it?
The number 5 in the
because who are they? Houston Rockets? They got Akeem Olajuwon on the team. Where are they going? Don't number 5 seeds make no runs.
Pay. I think you just,
Greek is hurt too. He's not even playing right now.
he ain't gonna be back right after the All-Star break. That's why he's sitting out the All-Star weekend, so he can rest up.
That man got degenerative knees. He's gonna miss another week before the time is all said and done. This thing gonna fall to the 6th seed, and they're getting smoked from that point on.
Wow.
And give him no credit, huh?
Credit for what?
Look, Pay. It's something against the city of Milwaukee. Pay can't stand Green Bay, and now he on Milwaukee.
In his defense, I can't stand Green Bay either.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. They're in y'all division, but he goes out his way to hate on Green Bay. But I'll say this: with an experienced coach like Glenn and a player like Giannis and Dame with pieces around them, they're one of the teams that don't really care about seeding or where they just want to finish in the 6th. Now, would it behoove them to finish 5 or 4? It would, because they probably have an easier matchup if they can stay out the way of the Cavs or Boston in the first round. But they capable of beating anybody.
Didn't they have an experienced coach in Glenn, experienced player in Dame, and Greek all last year too?
Greek was hurt again last year in the playoffs, right?
I rest my case.
Yeah, you just walked right into that one.
Well, no, I'm just saying what it was. So that's why he rested now to save himself.
And Dame wasn't there. Dame wasn't there last year, was he?
Dame was first year.
Last year?
First year.
Okay. Well, yeah,
and they lost to the Pacers, who got hot. I mean, I expect the Pacers to be, if they played this year in the playoff, Pacers would be out the first round.
Who did they pick up? Did they make any trades? Pacers?
No. You know who they picked up? They signed Okafor. What's his name? Khalil Okafor?
No, he didn't.
No.
It's a different. You can't be talking about Jaleel Okafor.
No.
From
Duke?
Yeah, I was going to say he's been done for a long time. That couldn't be who you're talking about.
That can't be.
Hold on.
We'll give you a few seconds, man. I don't.
Hey, while we waiting on B4, I just want to update you on the Clemson North Carolina scores. 69-48 Clemson.
What those NBA things?
69-48.
Just Google that. That's real life.
Wow.
Those are NBA teams?
No, I'm it's the only thing I'm watching right now.
You can cut that off.
Oh, well, can y'all see this? Oh yeah, y'all can see that.
Nah.
Wow.
Jaleel Okafor,
10-day contract. Yeah.
Oh, a 10-day. Oh well. Might as well just say he's going to
He's been playing for the Mad Ants or whatever. Is that the
Yeah, the main Mad Ants. I know about them from my My Player days.
Sounds
from his
fitting.
My Player days.
Sounds fitting.
Geez,
Hey,
they're a name.
He's a big body. Who, the Ants?
Mm-hmm.
The Ants are in Maine? I thought they were in Fort Wayne.
No. I think that's a different league you're thinking about. But the main Mad Ants, I could be wrong, but that's where they were in 2K.
Sounds right. That's in Indiana, but all of them are not in the states that they,
Right. Yeah, in the Indiana Mad Ants.
Jaleel Okafor?
Hey, check out the show. Check out the show, The Know-It-Alls, every Sunday. You see me talking to these guys. Most things I said, I know a lot.
There you go.
like Indiana regressing. Did that happen?
Definitely.
It's gonna happen though. Just watch.
We hope so, because they keep beating the dog crap out of us.
Yeah, we're banking on what you're saying.
God,
Friday they got whooped by the Lakers. LeBron-less and Luka-less Lakers. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
LeBron, Luka,
and that
AD, nobody.
Mad. That's what makes me mad. I watched that game. I watched Halliburton not do anything. I watched Siakam not do anything. I watched the center not hit threes. When they play the Pistons, all three of them are active and very good every single time.
All of them,
right?
Yeah, Dalton Connect wasn't there. Mark Williams, all the potential.
They had number,
I don't know who.
That's why AR-15 go for like 43.
Right. Reeves had 40.
Well, all that being said, though, Indiana's still sitting right up there in that 4th spot right now, though.
Yeah, but that's the point of this discussion. I said in one of the early shows during the season that Indiana gonna regress. So far they haven't, but I'm telling June and B False.
We're banking on it.
Well, that's okay because if they regress, unless something weird happens with us, it's gonna be us passing them because we're at 6 right now. So if they're at 4, it's Milwaukee.
Yeah. What's your basis? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, B Foster.
No, you good. You're good.
What's your basis on Indiana regressing though?
Good point.
Because you might have something against Indiana too. Because
they know LaRone and LaRone a Patriots fan, and you and LaRone's on the Patriots. When we talk, you know I was against. I said it's a 1-year wonder. They not who that team that went to the Eastern Conference Final last year. They not. They got lucky. They played the Bucks without Giannis. Then who they beat in the second round? Because they
New York or
they beat New York. They beat New York and Tim just run his players into the ground.
And they gave Boston everything they wanted.
They did.
Boston was playing with their food. Boston was playing with their food last year.
I mean, wouldn't Milwaukee qualify as a 1-year wonder as well?
No, they
won a
consistently
championship though.
Yeah.
Oh, you saying you never seen it? Oh, that 1 year.
Okay,
yeah, but I mean,
that 1 year after the bubble, when everybody else was tired, all the
after the bubble, now the after the bubble don't count.
No, I'm just saying. No,
the season started right after the season ended, and that's what he's trying to say.
Bubble Junior.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. You got guys, you got teams like Denver Nuggets, the Lakers, and a few others that were in the bubble for 4 months, close to, and while all the like 2/3 of the rest of the league was at the crib.
Oh, so Milwaukee wasn't in the bubble.
Milwaukee got sent home early. They played they was there for 2 weeks. They got packed up.
When did that season end? When did that season end? Did it end in like August
October.
or September? October. They went from the bubble playoff teams right to the season.
No, the season
delayed the season. Okay.
So the teams that was in the Final Four, they basically had 2 months off. Well, the Lakers and the Heat, they only had like 6 weeks off.
Hey, I sense a gentleman's bet like we do sometimes, man. I got Milwaukee going further than the Pacers. We made a bet yesterday. You said Golden State was gonna make the playoffs.
I didn't say that.
You did. Whoa, bet.
I said they wouldn't make the playoffs.
I said you said Golden State will make. I'm saying they will make the playoffs.
They will.
That's the bet. They ain't going to. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to do with the Pacers.
Okay. Well, I mean, I thought you was trying to defend them, saying Milwaukee washed, Giannis' knees done. I didn't say I bet the Milwaukee make the playoffs. I said I bet they go further than the Pacers.
Yeah, I just say Milwaukee ain't going nowhere. They
neither are the Pacers.
They both could lose in the first round. I don't think they're gonna see each other. So I mean, the point I'm making is that I don't see anything smooth going for the Milwaukee Bucks. There's a bunch of teams better than them in their own conference, and there's a lot of reasons why I don't have any confidence in them. Number one, they got sitting in their head coaching chair.
Milwaukee head coach is Glenn. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Glenn.
So y'all got no faith in so y'all just counting out the Orlandos of the world.
That's another dog squad. I mean, I would put them on the same level with the Bucks.
Well, with that being said, I want you top 5 in the whole conference, and that's including the our division and the other division. The top 5 in the conference. How do you rank those, Tate? We know Cleveland's number 1.
But let's just go to the actual standings. Cavaliers 1, Celtics 2, Knicks 3, Pacers 4, Bucks 5.
How do you predict it to end, though?
I think. Remember, I said that the Bucks were going to move up to the 3rd spot, not catching the Cavs, but it look like they're going to catch the Knicks now, though.
How are they going to? But they got 6 games to gain on the Knicks. You think it's like that?
5. I said. Remember, I said way back. I'm saying that might not happen.
Oh, you talking about? I got you.
Yeah, because the Knicks are five games ahead of them.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, so I think Cleveland, Boston. I don't think Boston's going to end up catching Cleveland with 30 games to play and they 5.5 back. I don't think that's going to happen. The Knicks, I got them staying out because I don't have the Pacers catching them. I have the Pacers dropping back from 4. The Bucks moving up to 4. And because I got to have the Pacers drop, I got the Pistons moving up to 5. The Heat not going to do nothing. The Magic could move up. The Magic could move up to 6, and we could see the Pacers fall out. And so I'm trying to think of the first 6. Cavs, Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Pistons, and Magic. Magic and Pistons. I think the Pistons can get to 6. I think the Magic, now that Banchero is healthy and Wagner is healthy, yeah, I think they the team is going to make a run this last third of the season.
They're a very good young team. They check a lot of boxes.
And Orlando didn't make any moves, did they?
No,
nothing mention worthy that I know about.
Yeah.
Pay. What's your top 5?
I got the top 5 of the standings. I'm moving Milwaukee out and replacing them with Miami.
Out of the top 5?
I'm putting Miami in the top 5. I think Miami got better by subtraction. They got rid of Jimmy. They replaced him with a guy in Wiggins who is
solid.
I like Wiggins.
He's a very solid player, especially for the regular season. This is only a regular season conversation we're having right now. So he can give you the same exact things that Jimmy gives you over the regular season. They got a few more bodies, and you know that Heat culture. They love to churn bodies out. Right. They got a couple of what's my name? I keep messing the name up. Wade or whatever. I don't know that rookie.
Where?
Where? I keep saying Wade. He's been raising eyebrows all over the league ever since he started getting more tick because they kept suspending Jimmy buckets. Bam has been playing outside of his mind. Hero's been playing outside of his mind. Now that they got that locker room confusion, washed away, even though they say it wasn't big in the locker room. If you listen to Kevin Love and watch his Instagram account, now that they got all that stuff figured out and they can turn the page, I believe in what that actual good coach in Miami has to offer. I could see by the time the season's over, the next 30 or so games, I can have them in the top 5.
Okay, Lamar.
I don't disagree with anything Pay said there. I'll give him that.
My top 5 in the East, I'm gonna have to go with Boston at number 1, and then Cleveland number 2. I got the Knicks at the number 3. This is a tough one right here, man, because that 4, 5, and 6.
It's tricky after the top 3.
It's tricky, and then even with Orlando, and I'm actually a believer in Atlanta. Like, they really scare me. I'm not sure what's going on with the moves as far as the acquisition they got, how they gonna be, from here on out. But prior to this, I know they, was below 500, but still they in a 7-game series. I don't want to see Trae Young. I want to see that dude. So I had to go with my top 3. Then 4, I'm gonna have to go with the Bucks. Detroit too, but I don't know. Banchero with him being back, I gotta include them at my last round. That top 5 out.
Banchero and Wagner are back, so yeah.
We did just talk about 1 year wonders. Y'all remember when Atlanta went to the Eastern Conference Finals? What year that was?
2022?
The year after the bubble.
Oh, that.
Oh, it's the same year. Oh, here we go.
Everybody was tired, man. That's
right. Everybody was tired.
Hey,
that season's full of lies. I'm telling you,
Lamar, you got Boston passing Cleveland?
No, I'm talking about far. I'm not even going off records. I'm going off far as what I think.
So who will be the number 1 seed though? Who will be the number 1 seed?
Tate did
that's
not
what I
like
do.
that, Lamar.
Number one seed, but I'm just giving my opinion. Who
Yeah,
I
I think Boston's still a team to beat. But
Yeah,
so if I was
okay.
ranking, I would have said Boston.
Okay,
but
so switch number 1 and 2 then. We number 1 and next 2.
Yeah,
No, stand
Lamar,
on your.
Tate didn't like that, bro. When you
like
said
that.
Boston, I was like, oh.
He just slid it right in there. Nobody said nothing. He said, "Wait a minute, what you say?"
I was waiting
Yep.
for Tate. I knew he wasn't just going to let that ride. He's gonna hear. He's gonna hear Tate.
Hey, we get all stayed. Be like, man, Lamar, you're supposed to always roll with the Cavs whenever you get a chance.
Oh, I'm rolling with us.
He about to get offline and check the family records and everything. Make sure you legit. He's starting not to claim you now, man.
Man, I know, right? Yeah, I'm definitely rolling with us. You got to dethrone the king.
Yeah, you do. You do. Just like Philly did last night.
Man, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's that. I was surprised. I was how it went.
Yeah, the way it went. I mean,
I'm not surprised they won, but the way they won was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't expect that. Didn't expect it. Before I go on up in the tangent about football, I'm trying to stay on course. Because we could talk football. I mean, we're sports guys, and we all cover sports. We all cover football and basketball, so it's easy to.
And baseball, B. Falls, shout out.
Yeah, B. Foster is the jack of all trades, man.
It's almost that time.
Yeah, you'll be. He'll be at every other Tigers game, whether it's home or away.
Right.
He is rich.
When y'all said he went down to Houston to watch him play the Astros,
didn't tell nobody. He was just in Houston, out the blue, middle of the week, and wants me to believe he got a job. He just no, I'm not buying it. It's some transactions going on. I don't want to talk too much, but something ain't right.
Hey, June, it don't add up, huh?
It don't add up. It don't add up. I mean, this guy went to a regular season game in Minnesota just to go in the middle of the week.
Man.
B, let them know the B in your name stand for BMF. Let them know.
Oh, see, don't help him. Don't help him. He don't need no help.
I don't want to put him in there because there's a young man named Cuffy that saying other things. But anyway, I forgot what we were talking about. Golly,
ranking the seeding.
Foster, how do you see the ranking in top 5?
I mean, as far as the rankings, I would love to go with Tate on the narrative that the Pacers are going to regress, but the Pistons can't beat them. And they can't beat the Bucks. So, those are the two teams that I would love to see us leapfrog because we're heading in the right direction. And maybe the acquisition we made will assist us in that because we'll have more stability and we'll be able to close games better because you can take Cade off the ball and play them together. Because Schroeder did get it down the stretch. He did play with Cade a tad bit before when we were transitioning, because we were blowing the lead against the Hornets yesterday, but that's a whole another story. But we did get it. Yeah. But we did get opportunity to see Schroeder and Cade play together for a little bit. So hopefully that can push us in the right direction because we struggled to close out a couple games that we could have won against a Cleveland or because what are we only lost to them by what? A buzzer beater by Darius Garland at the very end, not to bring up a sore subject, but yeah. So, so maybe that trade will push us over the edge and make us more of a formidable team down the stretch. But as of right now, I think the Pistons are right where they should be. The only team within the top 6, within that top 5 above us that we've been able to beat is the Knicks. I think that we beat the Knicks either once or twice. So, other than that, we've had no such luck against the Cavs, the Celtics, the Pacers. Yeah. Did we beat the Pacers? Did we beat the Pacers once?
Once.
Okay.
Blew them out in Indiana.
Right. So yeah, I think the rankings are about right, but the Atlanta's. Well, I think Atlanta, Jalen Johnson being out for the year is gonna hurt them. They did get some reserve. They did get some help with George Niang and Karis LeVert, but Orlando is another team that I don't know if we've got any more games with them for the rest of the year, but they've been a thorn in the side. That's the team that we lost. We lost to most recently, but they also are the reason why Jaden Ivey is not playing right now. So,
yeah, let me ask y'all. We talk about the Eastern Conference and all that, especially our division. Who are the threats in the West? And Tate, I'll go by you. Who's the biggest threat in the West?
Besides OKC?
Okay. I mean, we can give you the obvious number one. But
Right. Okay. So that's why
several,
I said.
that's threats with the plural threats.
Okay. Obviously, the Thunder are the favorite to me. Then I like the Rockets. The one I'd like the Grizzlies, because I think the coaching. I think Udoka, it will be a better playoff coach than the Grizzlies coach. And they got a lot of young, long talent that can, defend and do all kind of different stuff. They're up and coming. And my third team would probably be, let's say the Mavericks, right? They get healthy. AD gets back in a couple of weeks, and that second half of the season, they come down the stretch and able to get in the even get a play-in game. I see them winning that and getting in the playoffs. I think they can be a problem. I think they got better in the immediate future in that trade.
I shook my head when Anthony Davis got hurt. Said,
yeah,
right.
And it was non-contact too. It was like, oh, come on. How brittle can you be? Lamar, who's the threats in the West, in your opinion?
Oh, yeah, like you said, man, I think everybody agreed with OKC being the top threat. They scary. I'm still giving Denver a lot of props, too, man. I got them probably the number 2 threat out there. Then I probably have to go with the Grizzlies, Rockets, and then for that 5th spot, that's kind of up for grabs. I'm not counting out the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard and them out there, but I do like I like that young nucleus that the Mavericks got. If, like Kevin said, if AD can get back out there, I think they said he's going to be out for like a month, so that'll give him plenty of time, to gel before they make this playoff run. So I'm putting the Mavericks in the top 5.
Pay, I need to hear from you.
Seems like you have something to say.
Yeah. What's on your mind, Pay?
Shout out Afton.
So before I answer that, I need some clarifications. This is a threat to the East, or just threat to their own conference? Threat to win their own conference?
Threat to the East. Threat to their own conference. Both.
Well, the top 4 teams in the West are. I think they're better than everyone in the East, save for one team, save for the Cavaliers. That's it for me. I don't, if it's just a threat to the East, Thunder on down to the Houston Rockets, each one of them, I'll take them in a 7-game series over everybody in the East except for the Cavs.
Wow, even Boston?
Even Boston.
Man.
Wow.
That's a big G. That's a big G burner.
Yeah. Foster.
I could have said the Lakers too, but that'd have been too rich.
And I'm gonna get to that. Nobody's mentioned yet. I was going to ask about them, but go ahead, Foster.
I was scared to say them, but go ahead.
So of course OKC, they just got like their own internal trade deadline acquisition as far as Chet Holmgren, who's been out for the last 2 months or something. So I think he's officially made his return. I didn't really pay attention to what he contributed, but he's like their second, third best player, and he hasn't even played. So you can't sleep on them. Denver is quietly on a 6-game winning streak. Of course they have the experience and they've been there and won it all. So you can't sleep on them. And then, I was definitely going to say the Lakers. The Lakers have won 5 in a row, and this has been, I think they're 3-0 post Luka acquisition, and then of course LeBron didn't play. Well, nobody played. Like we said, Dalton Knecht didn't play. Mark Williams, the person they were supposed to get, didn't play. LeBron didn't play, and they destroyed the Pacers for what it's worth. So yeah, Luka makes his debut on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to see how that works out. But yeah, they're definitely. I think that Mark Williams situation is going to, they still don't have a center. I think Jackson Hayes is their starting center right now. But had that happened, it would have really got spooky.
It got spooky. It would have been spooky with that because they needed a center like badly.
They did it to themselves. They should have came and got Vucci, man, out of Chicago. They played themselves. He's healthy. He's healthy.
Hold on, before we get in, because I want to talk about these Lakers. I'm going to take a quick break. I forgot to take a break, but I'm going to take a break. If you're listening, you're going to hear some ads. If you're watching, give us about 10 seconds. We'll be right back. All right. Now, I wanted to talk about the Lakers because they probably made the most shocking trade to me, but it was a big trade. Of course, if you haven't paid attention, if you've been living under the rock, the Lakers traded Anthony Davis and some other pieces to Dallas, and Dallas gave up Luka Doncic. Luka, I'm just gonna say Luka because I'm gonna mess up his last name, but I've been calling him Luka since he got in the league. So they traded Luka, and I thought that was a huge trade, and I think those two together could be crazy. And I thought they needed to add a center, but they didn't. Now, Pay brought up a good point about Vucci. Now, you go ahead and finish your food on that thought. What you were saying before we took that break.
The only point I had on that was Vucci, man, as we said on this show, I think since the birth of this show, that he's been playing outside of his mind for somebody his age. You don't see somebody at his age. I think he's 32. He's having his career season. Yeah, he didn't play this good while he was in Orlando making All-Stars. He's close. He's flirting with a 50, 40, 90. He's averaging a double-double. Mark Williams, even though, yeah, he is, when he plays, he's a very nice player. I don't, from what I've seen, but and I say that, and I say that phrase from what I've seen, and I mean that in all the pejorative and all the derogatories, because he's never on the floor. He's played, I think the most games he's played in the season is 42. He's been in the league 3 years. I don't even know I don't know why the Lakers would even gamble, roll the dice on that. A guy like, okay, you just traded AD away, which was his own gamble when you acquired him. Like, yeah, he's forever hurt. They called him street clothes during his 6th year tenure with the Lakers. You trade that away and go get somebody who's in more street clothes. Maybe because his clothes are a little cheaper, you don't notice it. But I mean, that made no sense to me. And then, to their credit, when they did the physical, they say, you know what, we cannot give you a draft pick for this guy. This guy got something going on with his body. He won't make his pension. So now they're back at, I don't want to say square one, because getting Luka is a big deal, right? My co-host last week, he told you, like, so what? He's overweight. He came into the draft overweight, and he still gave everybody 30, 10, and 10. So what? And I gotta agree. His conditioning it may not work in Miami and some other places, but it still gets buckets. It still gets results. And if he can get to the finals, looking like a roly-poly, then this is just it's going to be tough for everybody in the West, especially with LeBron, because again, he's the GOAT. And he ain't slowing down yet. So yeah, the Lakers gonna be tough, but they could have been so much better if they actually got a legit center. And Vucci, man, was right there. And the Bulls got to figure out what they're gonna do with him in the summer. But
they look scary to me. I think they're a dangerous team. Anytime you got LeBron on the floor and then you add Luka, it could get spooky. I I'm glad they didn't get a center. I don't like the Lakers.
Yes,
I'm just gonna say it. I don't like the Lakers, and I'm glad they didn't get a center. If they had gotten a center, they would probably be in that top 2 or 3 teams in the West, and probably one of the biggest threats.
Could you imagine a 40-year-old being Finals MVP, June? Could you imagine that?
I hope it never happens.
Whoa! Why we anti-history here?
Hey man, it's just he's just not one of our favorites here in Detroit.
28 straight points would do that to you, right?
29.
Dang.
29 in the third quarter.
That's still unbelievable.
Yeah. I was in Auburn Hills when he did that.
Palace.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I was in the Palace of Auburn Hills. He 29 in the third quarter.
Man,
I've hated him ever since.
What experience was more indelible at the Palace? LeBron giving you 29 straight of them, or Ron Artest running to the stands and swinging at fans?
I don't know, because they lost that war.
Both, or just which war are you?
I'm talking about Ron.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Pacers lost that one.
Yeah, they won the game. They were
the fans didn't win. But
no,
yeah,
they didn't run up on no Pistons though.
If your football team had one option in their playbook, the results probably wouldn't be great. The same could be said for your investments. SIBO index options like SPX and XSP can help expand your investing strategies with cash settlement and potential tax advantages. If you're ready for a more dynamic game plan, head to betterwithoptions.com. SIBO, life is better with options. Your investments could be too. There are risks associated with SIBO company products. Review the disclosures and disclaimers at SIBO.com/US_disclaimers.
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, you're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
I
mean, Ben Wallace was trying Artest, and he wouldn't do anything to Ben. So
you call Metal World Peace crazy, but that was the smartest. A crazy man would have ran up on Ben.
We
got Ben part 2 with Isaiah Stewart. He's crazy
too. I like Isaiah Stewart. Can I chime in that pet? Yesterday on the Know-It-Alls, Big G said he was a proponent of, we talking about tough guys in the NBA. He said Vernon Maxwell would slap sparks out of Charles Oakley.
Yeah,
not out of Charles Oakley. Probably
anybody else. I believe it.
Not out of
Mad Max was certified. He was certified.
Mad Max would have slapped Oakley. That would have been the last person he ever slapped.
No. Mad Max he would walk up on Charles and slap him. Now, would he get whooped after that? That's a different discussion.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm saying Mad Max would do it.
But Mad Max was one of them guys, though.
Yeah, he was. He would run up on some guys, but he's not running up and smacking Charles Oakley though.
No,
right.
That's what I'm saying. He gonna smack Rick Mahorn.
Yeah.
He ain't doing
Oakley was a bully.
But no. Max was certified. He didn't duck tail. He didn't run from smoke. Jello made that song about Mad Max. He swerved at corner.
Oh yeah. I mean, Mad Max was. I was a big Vernon Maxwell fan. He played at Florida. I watched him at Florida. When he got drafted to the Rockets, I think I was living in Houston. I don't know if he got drafted then, but I was living in Houston when he played for the Rockets, and they loved Vernon Maxwell in Houston. So yeah.
Hey, can I chime in with my Laker take real quick?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. I agree with what you said, June. If they got a big man, they'd be more strapped. I still need a 4 or 5 game sample size to see how LeBron and Luka work together. I still think they can be a factor.
Yeah.
I disagree with Pay. He's just trying to get rid of Vucci Man. Vucci Man went to the Lakers. Defensive liabilities everywhere. would not work with Vucci, Luka, and LeBron all on the floor. Not happening. So I completely disagree with that. And it's gonna be some buyout guys available that they can pick up. Like, maybe they can get a Magoon or somebody to get in there and give them 12 minutes and 6 fouls. You know what I mean? Because that's what they need, right? They don't need somebody to score in the post. They got playmaking and score with Luka and Bron. You know what I mean? They got defensive specialists in Vanderbilt and Finney-Smith. The Lakers got everything you need minus the big man. And Jackson Hayes is gonna give you 24 minutes of good solid effort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's gonna crash to the rim on pick and roll from the base from the dunker spot. I mean, he's not the center they need, but he's serviceable. If they get somebody else to come off the bench and give them, like I said, 10, 12 minutes, I think the Lakers can be okay. But I want to see Luka and LeBron play together 3-4 games.
Yeah.
Then I'll know more.
Is JaVale McGee available?
Wait. No. They picked up Dwight Howard, I heard.
Who?
The Lakers.
I didn't hear that.
You said that it happened?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I didn't look when I was told that.
He definitely campaigning for it, but
listen,
if you want to react, if you really
it says after rescinded Lakers contract. The Lakers were talking to him, then I guess they rescinded their offer. That's what it looks like.
I mean, if you really want to take on something, when you mention something, just watch Pay's reaction. It's all over his face. He's gonna, if it's a good move or not.
Dwight been out the league for what, 4 years?
He been playing overseas. You know
what
how
does that mean?
About it. Hey, I said they need 10, 12 minutes in the big body. Last time Lakers won a championship, they had JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. They had big goons that didn't really do much besides rebound and get fouls.
Right. Are we talking about 5 years ago?
Well, I guess 4 years ago if they won the COVID year, right? 5 years ago?
They won in 20. That's 2020.
Okay. Yeah. He still got blood. I haven't seen him play. I believe he wants to play again. I believe he can come in and bang and give you that time. I mean, Bill Walton helped us win the championship back in '84.
Wait. You haven't seen him play, but for some reason you think he can still play the NBA level. But no other. There's 30 general managers who said complete difference for the last 4 years.
For the role he would be playing, we don't need Superman Dwight Howard. The Lakers don't need Superman Dwight Howard. They need a big body, a goon. He's all those things. Check the boxes. Big body, goon, gives Joker difficulty, or he did 4 years ago, because he played
He's a goon. I ain't never heard him called a goon.
Because that's what he is now. Be false. He's a goon now. He was a really good all-star player, but now you just a big 6'10", 260-pound body that go in there and bang with some people.
You know they've been bullying him in Japan, right? Or Shanghai. Well, wherever you've been playing.
Well,
hey, I want
not a good look to get bullied in Japan.
It's not by all them little people like 5'7" guys.
They got some big boys over. They got 7 footers over there, and they've been putting them in a bucket.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
That can't help his film at all.
Yeah, no,
that's why he's unemployed. That's why he has a campaign for a job.
I think. What about y'all, old boy? What's y'all center old name? He played for Cleveland for a season too.
Who that?
Your big man. Y'all paid all the money to and let him go from UConn.
Oh, Drummond.
Drummond, yeah.
He got a job.
But I heard he might get bought out though.
Oh wow.
You got to like March the 3rd.
Why would they buy him out and JoJo cannot get on the floor?
True. He been hurt too, though. Honestly, Drummond been sitting too.
And Drummond is completely antithetical to any team that wants to win anything in April or May.
Wow.
You signed Drummond, you already know where your season's ended. Not in May, definitely not in June.
And he been begging to come back to Detroit, and even us, we like, nah, we good.
You see him for what? Two contracts? Drummond is not a winner. Drummond does everything to keep you from winning.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
I'm just trying to think of a big body center that can come in, play 10, 12 minutes. No defense, Pay. You went.
They don't have defense now.
No. And so what would they do with Luka, LeBron, and
you have
Gucci?
They would score a lot, I guess. You can at least spread the floor. You can at least spread the floor.
You definitely can do that, but nah.
So there is a plus, right? There's
defense
a plus
wins championships in basketball too. Defense wins championships in basketball.
They still don't have Yes, defense wins championships, right? Yes, that's correct. But you still can outscore some teams.
Yeah, how'd that work out for Phoenix when they was running gun and all these running? Ain't no really running gun team won no championship.
Name the defensive stalwart. Name the San Antonio Spurs in the West right now. Name that team that's really got a lock on defense. They ain't, other than Oklahoma. They ain't really none of that. You can really if you can just really
Houston do play defense.
Yeah, Houston got
but
I
don't think Houston
exactly. Houston's too young. They're not going to do anything this year. LeBron and Luka, they got just being them, they can beat Houston in a 7-game series. You can still outscore some teams just to keep yourself in the conversation, and then 1 or 2 stops can happen, and that can advance you. You just saying, we're gonna run with Jackson Hayes and see what happens. I mean, cool, because it's there for you to do because you really ain't got no other shot. But we all know Vooch is better than Jackson Hayes every day of the week. He gives you something player. More. Yeah, he's a better player. There's something to be.
But sometimes it's about roster construction, pay and fit. Roster construction and fit matters to a team, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But this is Jackson Hayes' 4th team. Where is he fit?
Hey, I got a question. What about the white boy used to play for Boston? Daniel Theis? Is that his name?
Yeah, Tice.
Tice. Yeah, he out there.
Used to play for
he out there.
Yeah, he out there still.
Boston, Chicago.
Or tell me this: what do y'all think what about if they added somebody like a PJ Tucker to that defense though? Come in there and get some hard fouls late. I know he's a small guy, but he's been known to, guard centers or other players in other positions as well, though, not just guys his size.
He just left LA, right?
No, he's in Utah now, right?
I'm saying, but he was playing for the Clippers, right?
Right, he was.
It didn't. I just don't think it went very well.
If I'm PJ Tucker, I do not want to get bought out and sent nowhere else because moving all them shoes got to be a bitch.
He's a shoe guy.
Yeah,
he's a sneakerhead, but I'm sure he just keep his place wherever that is. His shoes is probably in his main house. When these guys move, get traded, they get an apartment or something and go play.
You have never seen him wear the same pair of shoes. He's got a case with him.
Got bread.
Yeah. Well, I think that about does it for tonight.
June, can I ask y'all one last question real quick about the buyout market? Because I heard he's going to get bought out. I heard Cleveland's interested. What are you guys' thoughts on Marvin Bagley as a potential as a third option at the big man position? Would that be a guy?
For who?
That's okay? For Cleveland. I'm only talking from Cleveland perspective.
Oh, I mean, with the roster you have, it couldn't hurt.
Okay.
If you're putting him in a position to lead, then no. But in your position, yeah. I mean, I think that would be a good move.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing, but I know he played for y'all for quite a few years, and I mean he's still 25, the second overall pick, right? Yeah, he's young.
Young guy.
So I think I'd like to see him as a buyout option because we need a big because we need a goon. Tristan Thompson is a goon now, but he's he's not even older than some of the people we're talking about, but he aged faster than a lot of the people we're talking about. I think Tristan Thompson is completely in the whirlpool.
I think you bring Marvin Bagley around to score. I don't think you bring him in to do any type of dirty work. He was fun to watch in Detroit. He caught a couple lobs and stuff like that, but he certainly wasn't getting dirty on the defensive end or anything. Washington didn't even deem him to be, worthy of playing. I mean, I don't know if it's just because they had Alexander Sarr and they weren't going to, block his minutes with a guy like Bagley, but I don't think he was even really playing, and that's the Wizards.
Yeah, well, that's why the potential buyout candidate, because he wasn't playing. Update last time, Cavs up 120-97 with 5 minutes left. So go Cavs.
Yeah. My question is with him though. I don't know if you can switch anything out there on that perimeter when we play Boston or something like that. If we can count on him to switch, if he can stay out there with a Tatum or a Brown or something on that perimeter, or even what's the third guy? Bald head guy.
Oh, White.
White.
Yeah.
White.
Yeah, you don't want Bagley playing meaningful minutes in the playoffs.
No.
Right. But he's a better option than Tristan Thompson. But okay, I'd take Tyson from Cleveland. We just need another.
How many people do you need, man?
He's still trying to add on, man.
Yeah,
take a Monty Bates and call it a day.
Work with what you got, man.
Bagley's a bust, and Tristan Thompson aged fast because he got all them out of wedlock babies. Shout out to Tariq Hill. June, what was that you got to say?
I was about to end the show. Before we get out of here, you can go around the room and tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you, and just do your outro. Tate, you can start.
Yeah, man. You can find me on anywhere Fans First Sports Network. That's on the Steel Curtain Network channel. Also, you can find myself and Big G and the Triple OG homie Shannon White on the Wednesday nights on Pump Your Break podcast. You can find us on Friday. That's me and the homie Pay, Big G and the homie B Dirt on the Homies and Homies Overtime. Then I take Saturday off, watch some of these games and stuff. And Sunday, the Know It All show, we'll probably go into basketball mode big time starting this Sunday. All-Star game will be that day. And we'll talk about everything, man. That really, I think that show is more for laughs than it is sports for real. Because some hot takes going on there. And then Monday here with you guys, the Central Division Showdown. So check it all out. And thanks for, getting another good Central Division Showdown show going. Thank you, June and B-Falls.
No problem.
And shout out Lamar for joining, man.
Yeah, Lamar. What are you involved with? Social handles, whatever you got to say, man.
Actually, you can't find me because I'm not even on anything social media right now. But it's actually a good thing that first of all, I thank y'all for inviting me on the show. Glad I can come out and add my 2 cents to what y'all bring to the table. But it's actually something that I'm going to be doing here in the near future is creating digital products. So this is actually kind of practice for me because I'm going to be packaging up. I just wrote my first ebook. I got that on the shelf right now, and I'm going to be doing some courses and some lives, Q&Rs and things like that. So, all that I'm actually in. I got a mentor. I'm being trained. So I don't have any handles or anything like that right now. But in the near future, hopefully I can, come back on the show and I have a little bit more to share with people. But in the meantime, that's just where I'm at right now.
Did you enjoy it? Would you come back?
Oh, definitely, man. I definitely enjoyed it, man. Yep.
That's dope, man. Keep us posted with what you got going on. I know Tate. If you can get in touch with Tate, you can get in touch with us. So you all good.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man, the CEO, man of who delegates a lot and works. What you got going on?
Well, I hope I work, man. Eggs cost $15.
Yes, they do. Oh.
Just saw that at the store about an hour or so ago.
Really?
Got to rob.
I mean, it's 8 here, but that's still a lot.
Crazy.
Got to rob to get rich in Reagan's America, man. But anyway, at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, we are mad about more than just egg prices. We're mad about what's going on in the Chicago sports scene. The Bulls are trash. The White Sox are going for their 3rd consecutive 100-loss season. And the Cubs and Bears, there's a little more optimism on that side of town, but we're going to break it down every which way that goes. Also, talking about Unrivaled. Barbie, B-Ball Barbie, she's been killing in the Unrivaled League, and we hope to see that translates over to more success for the Sky, maybe make the playoffs this year. But we're going to cover all that and some more with some hot takes, jokes, and So inappropriate comments from my boy Harry. But that's at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. You can find that anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and anywhere else that aggregates podcasts. Also located on YouTube under the same name. All episodes drop there. You would not be disappointed. Check that out. Subscribe, follow, share with a friend. Unsubscribe, resubscribe, share, listen again.
Last but not least, Beat Foster.
Yeah, you can catch us on YouTube at Bleachers to Speakers, post-game podcast on the basketball side of things. And it's almost spring training, so we definitely going to have some more content related to that. And that is called Corner to Copa. So very excited about that season. Yeah.
We got baseball coming up. You can catch B. Foster there. That Bleachers to Speakers YouTube. Subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff going on. Just because the football season is over doesn't mean that we will stop broadcasting. We have a draft. We have free agents coming up. We do have player profiles. And like I said, the channel is full of basketball stuff. And we got a lot of season left in basketball. So subscribe there. Gentlemen, thank you for showing up and showing out. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week on Monday.